Have you ever noticed how people keep saying they want to change their lives, but stay stuck in the same cycles? It's always the same lines. I'll start Monday. I just need a little push. I need motivation. But let me tell you a truth that might sting. Motivation is overrated. What truly builds progress isn't how inspired you feel today. It's how much you do, even on the days you feel like doing nothing. And no one understood this better than the Japanese. While the Western world gets addicted to catchy phrases and productivity gurus, Japan developed a philosophy of discipline that shapes people from childhood to legendary masters. No magic formulas, no shortcuts, just quiet principles, but powerful enough to turn ordinary people into examples of focus, determination, and excellence. And the wildest part? You can apply these same rules to your own life, starting today. You just need to understand how they work. In this video, you'll discover the 7 Japanese rules that shaped some of the most disciplined humans in history. Some of them will shake what you believe, others will seem too simple to work. But together, they form a code that will challenge the way you live, work, train, even the way you dream. And in the end, you'll understand why discipline was never about talent, but about philosophy. Imagine if, instead of trying to flip your life upside down overnight, you chose to improve just 1% a day. Sounds small, right? But it's this very apparent slowness that hides the real power of transformation. The Japanese concept of Kaizen teaches exactly that. Daily, continuous progress with absolute focus. While the world chases magical solutions, those who understand Kaizen move forward with focus, motivation, and determination, even if slowly. Because they know the secret isn't to run fast, it's to never stop. Someone who decides to apply Kaizen starts small, but they start. If you want to read more, how about starting with just 5 pages a day? Want to change your eating habits? Just swap out one item on your plate. Struggling to wake up early? Try setting your alarm just 10 minutes earlier. This simple logic changes everything. Toyota itself became an empire through this, not with big revolutions, but with small daily improvements from any employee. And if a giant company can grow from small suggestions, why couldn't you? The beauty of Kaizen is abandoning the illusion of overnight transformation. It's understanding that true progress comes from consistency, not bursts of energy that fade after a week. Every small step you take, even if timid, reinforces your identity as someone determined and committed to personal growth. And when that mindset strengthens, something deeper begins to awaken inside, a question only you can answer. What is your true reason for continuing to evolve? There's no point in waking up early, having a perfect routine, and staying laser-focused if by the end of the day you feel the emptiness of someone just surviving. That's where Ikigai comes in, your reason for being. The Japanese understand that discipline without purpose is like rowing hard, but in circles. Real motivation comes from within, from that place where what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for all meet. Finding that is like lighting a flame that won't go out with the winds of laziness or hardship. Want a practical example? Imagine someone who loves cooking, is good at it. People ask for their recipes, and would even buy their meals. That's Ikigai in action. Now compare that with someone who chooses a path just for the money or pressure. Sooner or later, exhaustion turns into frustration. In Okinawa, where people live longer and better, everyone wakes up with a clear purpose, whether it's tending to a garden, teaching something, or serving the community. It's no coincidence when the heart is engaged, the body handles the weight with more ease. If you feel like you're lacking consistency, maybe it's not a lack of discipline, but a lack of direction. Try this exercise. Write in 4 columns what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what people would pay you to do. Then, look at where those answers intersect. That's a strong path toward finding your Ikigai. And when you find that internal alignment, you'll notice something interesting. Even discomfort starts to taste different. It starts to feel like growth. And that's exactly where the next challenge begins. No one builds inner strength watching motivational videos on the couch with a hot cup of coffee. True discipline is born in discomfort, and the Japanese call this shugyo, an austere training that shapes not just the body, but most importantly, the mind. It's like sharpening a sword, it requires friction. Zen monks meditate for hours in freezing temperatures. Sword masters repeat the same motion thousands of times. And as extreme as it may seem, it all serves a purpose: to develop a mind that doesn't crumble in the face of hardship. Of course, you don't need to meditate in the snow to understand the value of Shugyo. Just put yourself voluntarily in situations that challenge your comfort zone. Wake up earlier than you'd like. Train even without motivation. Make that difficult call. Spend time away from digital distractions. When you face discomfort with determination, you start discovering something powerful. You're not as fragile as you thought. Discomfort becomes fuel, it becomes habit, and progress inevitably begins to happen. At first, it will feel like torture. You'll want to quit. But with time, something changes, and it's not the world. It's you. The person who faces the cold, the pain, the resistance, wakes up stronger the next day. This applies to any area: emotional, professional, spiritual. Those who understand Shugyo don't run from pain. They use it as a gym for the soul. And the more you get used to training your mind in discomfort, the more prepared you become to face even the most unpredictable storms. But there's a secret to staying strong through these trials. Have you noticed how some people can go through the biggest storms with almost inexplicable calm? That's not coldness or lack of feeling, it's gammon. A Japanese virtue that teaches how to endure pain with dignity, without victimhood or self-pity. Instead of complaining, they take a deep breath, maintain their posture and move on. That's what the world saw after the 2011 earthquake and tsunami in Japan. Silent lines for water, no looting, no hysteria. An entire nation showing that true strength isn't loud, it's resilient. And let's be real. Life doesn't go easy on anyone. We'll all face loss, frustration, pressure, and setbacks. But those who practice gammon see these moments as silent tests of maturity. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" they ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" And that changes everything. By cultivating this kind of resilience, you don't become stone, but you learn how to flow through chaos. A good practice is to consciously choose not to react to small annoyances, traffic, unfair criticism, delays. Every chosen silence is strength training. And the more you practice this composure, the more ready you are to face bigger challenges without falling apart. Gammon isn't about staying silent forever. It's about choosing how and when to speak up, with focus, wisdom, and true motivation, not impulsiveness. When you master this art, you realize the greatest battles are won with calm and consistency. And right when this quiet strength solidifies, another challenge appears, a delicate one, knowing when it's not worth fighting. Is there anything more exhausting than fighting what can't be changed? The rain that ruined your outing, the traffic that delayed your appointment, the careless word that's already been said. The Japanese philosophy of Shikata Ganai teaches exactly that, to accept the inevitable. Not as passive resignation, but as a smart choice about where to direct your energy. Instead of losing focus fighting the universe, you take a deep breath, accept, and turn your attention to what's still within your control. Think with me. How much energy have you wasted trying to change what isn't up to you? Complaining about politics, others' behavior, the bank line, all of that drains your motivation and steals your determination to do what truly matters. A good Shikata Ganai exercise is, in every frustration, ask yourself, can I change this now? If the answer is no, the best move is to redirect your attention. Sounds simple, but it can save your mental health. And even more, it strengthens your discipline. The person who keeps fighting the uncontrollable becomes a prisoner of their own emotions. But the one who practices Shikata Ganai builds a powerful serenity that holds even during chaos. When you accept what's beyond you, you gain strength to change what isn't. That clarity becomes the dividing line between those who live drowning in complaints and those who grow in silence. But to stop going in circles, you need to take it further. Look at yourself with honesty. Most people live on autopilot, doing, repeating, failing, complaining, but rarely stopping to ask why. That's where Hansei comes in, the Japanese habit of reflecting honestly on oneself. And no, it's not about harsh self-criticism or guilt. It's simply asking, what could I have done better today? This habit changes the game. It pulls you out of victimhood and hands you back your power. Those who practice Hansei frequently develop focus and deep-rooted motivation, grounded in clarity. Want an example? Imagine ending your day and before sleeping, writing down 3 things: what you did well, what you could improve, and one small action to change tomorrow. Sounds silly, but it creates a cycle of continuous progress. Big Japanese companies like Toyota do this even after successful projects, because it's not about finding faults, it's about never settling. And in personal life, the same principle applies. Without reflection, even the most disciplined habit becomes just empty repetition. And more, Hansei doesn't require retreats or long pauses. It can be done while brushing your teeth, walking at sunset, or typing in your phone notes. What matters is not running from your inner mirror, because only those who face their own patterns honestly can truly grow. And as you refine your self-awareness, you start seeing a new level of discipline, one that no longer tolerates mediocrity, not even in the tiniest detail. Have you ever met someone who does even the simplest things with almost sacred care? That's Kodawari, the Japanese pursuit of excellence in every detail, no matter how small. It's not about toxic perfectionism, but a personal commitment to your best. It's sushi master Jiro Ono, over 90 years old, still trying to improve how he cooks rice. It's the craftsman who spends years perfecting a single movement. When you adopt this mindset, discipline stops being a chore and becomes your identity. Kodawari is the opposite of "this is good enough." It's the refusal to live shallowly. If you're going to write, write with soul. If you're going to train, train with presence. If you're going to serve someone, do it with full attention. It's not about doing everything perfectly. It's about doing it with purpose. A good exercise? Choose one task from your day, any task, and do it with 10 times more attention and care than usual. It could be washing dishes, making your bed, or reviewing an email. The impact is immediate. You feel in control. Little by little, this standard spreads to other areas of life. And before you know it, you no longer accept living on autopilot. You become that person who inspires others just by how you do things. And that, my friend, is more powerful than any speech. Because when your internal standard rises, your whole life rises with it. And then you look back and realize that without needing constant motivation, you built a discipline immune to excuses. So now tell me, which of these 7 rules will you put into practice first? Because it's no use just watching, taking notes, and moving on like nothing changed. Discipline isn't built in theory. It requires action, even small, even imperfect, but consistent. The question you need to ask yourself today is, will you keep fooling yourself with excuses, or finally choose to live with real focus, true motivation, and genuine determination? Maybe you're tired, unmotivated, even doubting yourself, but I promise, if you apply just one of these rules for 21 days, you won't recognize yourself in the mirror. And that's just the beginning. Because when discipline walks in the front door, the chaos in your life starts to leave through the window. So tell me, which rule hit you the hardest? Which one felt like exactly what you needed to hear today? If this message spoke to you in any way, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment down below. It helps me keep bringing you deep, practical content that truly makes a difference. And remember, the discipline you're looking for isn't somewhere out there. It's already inside you. It just needs to be awakened. Shall we do this together?